Gokujyou Parodius was the third Parodius game to be released. It hit the arcades in 1994 to much praise. Now, the original arcade performed much better than what you're seeing and hearing here. Sadly, this game cannot be perfectly emulated as of making this video, so you may see some strange glitches or hear crackles in the sound. Those are not present when playing the real arcade machine. If you're not familiar with the series, Parodius is a parody of other Konami games, set in the gameplay style of Gradius. Characters that you can choose from are all from Konami franchises, two of which I'm sure you'll know, being Vic Viper from Gradius games and Twinbee from the Poppin' Twinbee games. The first port came to the Super Famicom, and man, what an amazing job Konami did. This is by no means arcade perfect, but it sure looks very good for a 16-bit home console. Sadly, some compromises had to be made, and that is the lack of 2-player simultaneous gameplay. That's not a surprise though, since the game does slow down with just one player present, so you can imagine how bad it would be having 2 players on screen. The music is fantastic though. It's just as good as the arcade machine, or even better in some cases. The arcade of Gokujyou Parodius has many different weapons, and so does the Super Famicom version. However, some weapons have been changed. Hikaru and Akane most noticeably, due to the sexual nature of their original weapons. But the Super Famicom version doesn't just take things away, it also adds stuff, such as 3 new characters in the shape of Kid Dracula, Goemon, and Upa. The 32-bit ports were next, with the PlayStation coming first. This is essentially arcade perfect, or close to it, if it wasn't for a few odd graphical bugs here and there. Black bars down the screen due to the arcade having horizontal resolutions of 288 pixels, and some loading during stages. In fact, some areas may seem a bit jittery at times. I also think that the music levels are slightly overpowering in this port. Sega Saturn port, just like the PlayStation version, comes on the same disc as Parodius Da. What isn't the same is that this version loads faster, doesn't pause during game to load bosses, higher sound quality if the text on the Japanese box is to be believed, and has a full 320 pixel horizontal screen that's not stretched but extended to show more. It also slows down a lot less and doesn't have any strange graphical glitches. One point that is odd, the Saturn version is much more difficult on the standard level setting. All of these versions are being played on level 4, normal setting, yet as you can or will clearly see, the Saturn game is throwing far more stuff at the player. You need to play on level 3 to match the default difficulty of the other versions. The last port comes on the Parodius Portable Collection for the PSP. This again features extended screen options just like the Saturn version, and again is very close to the arcade original. Unfortunately for licensing reasons, some music has been changed. The first level music has been changed from In the Mood by Joe Garland to a rendition of Turkey in the Straw. The classic Mambo No. 5 has also gone. That's now changed to Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. Still, despite these changes, this is still a great port, plus you get all the other Parodius games. take a look at all those versions of Gokujyou Parodius running side by side.